Have you ever woken up with numb fingers, or perhaps noticed your feet feeling unusually cold even on a warm summer day? If you're over 60, your body might be sending you important signals that you're ignoring. Signals that could be warning you about circulatory problems affecting not just your daily energy, but your heart health, brain function, and even your sexual performance. I want you to take a moment and really think about this. Your circulatory system is the lifeline that connects every part of your body. When it's compromised, everything suffers, from your energy levels to your cognitive function, and yes, even your intimate relationships. The problem is that most men dismiss these early warning signs as just part of getting older, instead of recognizing them as critical messages from their body. Today I'm going to share with you the 3 most commonly overlooked signs of poor circulation in men over 60. Signs that could be early warnings of more serious health issues down the road. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly what you can do about them starting today. These aren't just random symptoms. They're your body's way of telling you something needs attention before it turns into a real problem. What makes this information particularly valuable is that most conventional medical checkups don't catch these subtle changes until they've progressed to something more serious. Your doctor might check your blood pressure and perhaps listen to your heart, but the early signs of compromised circulation often fly under the radar of standard examinations. That's why understanding these signals yourself is so crucial for your continued health and independence. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and the simple, natural steps you can take immediately to improve your circulation and potentially add years of quality living to your life. This isn't about radical changes or complicated medical treatments. It's about understanding your body's language and responding with wisdom. Have you experienced any of these symptoms? Comment below, even if it's subtle. Your experience might help another man recognize what's happening in his own body. When we talk about blood circulation, we're really talking about the delivery system for everything your body needs to function properly. Think of your circulatory system as the highway network of your body. Every cell, tissue, and organ depends on proper blood flow to receive oxygen, nutrients, and to remove waste products. When that highway gets congested or narrowed, everything downstream suffers. For men over 60, circulation issues are particularly concerning because they often develop slowly and silently. By the time obvious symptoms appear, significant damage may have already occurred. Poor circulation can lead to erectile dysfunction, as blood flow is essential for achieving and maintaining erections. It can increase your risk of stroke and heart attack, as blood clots are more likely to form in sluggish circulation. It can even contribute to memory loss and cognitive decline, as your brain cells require constant, optimal blood flow to function properly. What makes this particularly troubling is that many men dismiss these early warning signs as just getting older or nothing to worry about. But here's the truth. While aging does bring changes to your body, suffering in silence isn't inevitable. These signals are your body's way of telling you that there's still time to make changes. Simple changes that can dramatically improve how you feel and function every day. Let's dive into the first and most commonly overlooked sign of poor circulation that men over 60 tend to ignore. Cold hands and feet, even in warm weather. If you frequently find yourself reaching for socks while everyone else is comfortable, or if your partner comments on your ice-cold hands at night, this isn't just an annoying quirk. It's potentially an important signal from your circulatory system. When your extremities feel consistently cold, regardless of the ambient temperature, it often indicates that blood isn't reaching your hands and feet efficiently. Your body prioritizes blood flow to vital organs when circulation is compromised, meaning your extremities get less warm blood. The technical term for this is peripheral vasoconstriction, but what you need to know is that it's often an early warning sign of arterial narrowing or hardening. Most men brush this off as just how I am, or blame it on getting older. Some have even been dealing with it for so long that they don't register it as unusual anymore. But here's why you shouldn't ignore it. Chronically cold extremities can signal the beginning stages of peripheral artery disease, which affects about 1 in 5 men over 60. If left unaddressed, this condition significantly increases your risk of heart attack and stroke. What can you actually do about this? Start with daily movement. Walking for just 30 minutes a day can increase blood flow throughout your entire body by up to 25%. It doesn't need to be intense exercise. Moderate, consistent movement stimulates circulation far better than occasional strenuous workouts. Let me explain why this works. When you walk, the muscles in your legs contract and relax rhythmically. This creates a pumping action that helps push blood through your veins back to your heart, fighting against gravity. This is especially important for men over 60, as the natural elasticity of blood vessels diminishes with age, making this muscular pumping even more crucial for maintaining good circulation. For those cold hands specifically, try this simple exercise. Several times a day, make tight fists, hold for 3 seconds, then spread your fingers wide for 3 seconds. Repeat this 10 times. This simple technique helps push blood into the small vessels of your fingers and hands. I've had clients report noticeable improvement in just a few weeks of consistent practice. You can also incorporate circulation-boosting foods into your diet. Cayenne pepper contains capsaicin, which helps expand blood vessels and improve flow. Ginger and garlic both have natural blood-thinning properties that can help prevent clotting and improve circulation. Even dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao, can help through its nitric oxide-boosting effects, which help relax blood vessels. Don't underestimate the powerful effect these foods can have. In one study, participants who consumed just 1 clove of garlic daily for 12 weeks showed significant improvement in blood flow through their major arteries. That's a remarkably simple intervention with powerful results. Similarly, just a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper with a meal has been shown to increase circulation to the extremities within 30 minutes. These aren't just old wives' tales. They're backed by solid research. If your hands and feet are chronically cold, also check your hydration levels. Dehydration makes your blood thicker and sluggish. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily, more if you're active or it's hot outside. Many men don't realize they're chronically dehydrated until they start tracking their water intake. Now let's move on to the second warning sign that too many men dismiss until it becomes a serious problem. Numbness or tingling in legs or toes. Do you ever experience pins and needles, or that odd tingling sensation in your legs, feet, or toes, especially after sitting for a while? Perhaps you've noticed a patch of skin on your legs or feet that occasionally feels numb or has decreased sensation when touched. This numbness and tingling, medically known as paresthesia, might seem harmless or merely annoying, but it often indicates impaired circulation to your extremities. When blood flow is restricted, nerve cells don't receive adequate oxygen and nutrients, which can cause them to send those strange sensations as distress signals. Why do so many men ignore this? Often because these sensations come and go, making them easy to dismiss. Others assume it's just a normal part of aging or blame it on how they were sitting. Some men have even been living with these symptoms for so long that they've normalized them completely. But here's the danger in ignoring these signals. Persistent numbness and tingling can be early indicators of peripheral neuropathy or vascular insufficiency. Left unchecked, these conditions can progress to more serious complications, including tissue damage, decreased mobility, and in extreme cases, even tissue death that could lead to amputation. If you're learning something new here, give this video a like. It helps more men discover this information. What can you do if you're experiencing these symptoms? First, incorporate regular leg elevation into your daily routine. Spend 15-20 minutes each evening with your legs elevated above heart level to help improve venous return, the flow of blood back to your heart. This simple habit, perhaps while watching TV or reading, can significantly reduce fluid buildup and improve circulation. The science behind leg elevation is fascinating. When you elevate your legs, you're essentially using gravity to your advantage. Blood that might otherwise pool in your lower extremities can flow more easily back to your heart. This reduces the pressure in your veins and allows fresh, oxygen-rich blood to flow more efficiently when you return to a standing or sitting position. For optimal results, try to elevate your legs at a 45-degree angle, rather than just propping them on a footstool. Second, consider adding specific stretching exercises that target leg circulation. Ankle rotations, calf stretches, and simple toe-to-heel rocks can help pump blood through vessels that may be compressed or narrowed. Even seated exercises can be effective if mobility is limited. Here's a simple but effective routine you can do right in your chair. Point your toes forward, then flex them back toward your shins. Next, rotate each ankle 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Finally, lift your knees one at a time toward your chest if possible. This sequence actively pumps blood through the major vessels in your legs and feet. Perform this routine whenever you've been sitting for more than an hour. Compression socks are another tool worth considering, especially if you're on your feet a lot or have a history of venous issues. These special socks provide graduated pressure, with more compression at the ankle that gradually decreases up the leg. This design helps push blood upward against gravity. Modern compression socks come in various styles and strengths, so they're much more comfortable and less medical-looking than older versions. Also, examine your sitting habits. Long periods of sitting, especially with legs crossed, can dramatically restrict blood flow. Set a timer to remind yourself to stand and move every 30 minutes if you have a sedentary job or spend a lot of time sitting. Now, let's discuss the third early warning sign, one that many men find particularly difficult to talk about, but that could be the most important indicator of all. Erectile difficulties without obvious cause. If you've noticed changes in your erectile function that can't be explained by stress, medication side effects, or relationship issues, poor circulation might be the culprit you haven't considered. Many men don't realize that erectile function is primarily a vascular event. It depends completely on healthy blood vessels that can expand quickly to allow increased flow. When a man experiences difficulty achieving or maintaining erections without other obvious causes, it's often one of the earliest signs of systemic vascular issues. In fact, studies show that erectile difficulties often precede heart disease diagnosis by an average of 3 to 5 years. This makes it not just a quality of life issue, but potentially an early warning system for more serious cardiovascular problems. Why is this sign so frequently ignored? Beyond the obvious discomfort many men feel discussing sexual health, there's a widespread misconception that erectile changes are simply an inevitable part of aging that must be accepted. Others might assume it's purely psychological or stress-related without considering the physical circulatory component. Some men turn immediately to medications like Viagra or Cialis without addressing the underlying circulatory issues that might be causing the problem in the first place. While these medications can be helpful and appropriate in many cases, they treat the symptom rather than addressing the root cause. The risk of ignoring this particular sign is significant. It could mean missing an early warning of cardiovascular disease, which remains the leading cause of death in men over 60. Erectile difficulties often indicate that blood vessels throughout your body may be accumulating plaque, becoming less elastic, or otherwise functioning suboptimally. So what can you do? First, recognize this as a circulatory issue worth discussing with your healthcare provider. It's not just about sexual function, it's about your overall vascular health. A good doctor will appreciate the connection and may recommend appropriate cardiovascular screenings. When you speak with your doctor, don't just mention erectile difficulties in isolation. Frame the conversation around your circulatory health more broadly. You might say something like, "I've noticed some changes in my erectile function, and I understand this could be related to my cardiovascular health. I'd like to discuss whether additional screenings would be appropriate." This approach helps your doctor understand your awareness of the connection and treats the symptom as the important health indicator it truly is. From a natural perspective, focus on nitric oxide boosting activities and nutrients. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for signaling blood vessels to relax and expand, allowing increased blood flow, essential for both erectile function and cardiovascular health. Let me explain why nitric oxide is so crucial. It's a signaling molecule that tells the smooth muscles in your blood vessel walls to relax, allowing them to dilate or widen. This dilation increases blood flow throughout your body, including to the genital region. As men age, natural nitric oxide production tends to decrease, which is one reason why circulatory issues, including erectile difficulties, become more common. The good news is that your body never loses the ability to produce nitric oxide. It just needs the right stimulation and building blocks to do so efficiently. This is why targeted exercise and specific nutrients can make such a dramatic difference in both erectile function and overall cardiovascular health. Regular aerobic exercise is one of the most effective ways to increase nitric oxide production naturally. Even a brisk 30-minute walk 4 times a week has been shown to improve erectile function in multiple studies. Consider incorporating specific nutrients that support nitric oxide production and vascular health. L-arginine and L-citrulline are amino acids that serve as precursors to nitric oxide. Watermelon is particularly rich in citrulline, while nuts, seeds, meat, and dairy provide good sources of arginine. Antioxidant-rich foods like pomegranates, blueberries, and dark leafy greens help protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly in your bloodstream, essentially prolonging its beneficial effects on your blood vessels. Make sure to subscribe if you want more natural strategies to feel younger, stronger, and more alive after 60. Now that we've covered the 3 major warning signs, let's talk about what you can do to improve your circulation overall, regardless of which symptoms you might be experiencing. First and foremost, movement is medicine when it comes to circulation. Your blood vessels actually respond to regular physical activity by becoming more elastic and efficient. The ideal approach combines 3 types of movement. 1. Daily walking or other moderate aerobic exercise for 30 minutes, which keeps blood flowing throughout your entire system. When you engage in moderate aerobic activity, something remarkable happens to your blood vessels. They actually undergo physical changes that improve their function. The endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, becomes more responsive and efficient at releasing nitric oxide. This improves the vessel's ability to dilate when needed, allowing more blood flow with less resistance. Additionally, regular aerobic exercise helps reduce stiffness in your arterial walls, a common issue for men over 60 that contributes to high blood pressure and poor circulation. For those who find walking difficult due to joint issues, swimming or water aerobics can provide excellent circulatory benefits with minimal impact. Even seated exercises, if done correctly, can improve circulation. The key is consistency rather than intensity. 2. Strength training 2 to 3 times weekly, which creates a pumping action that pushes blood through vessels and promotes the growth of new capillaries. Strength training offers unique circulatory benefits that complement aerobic exercise. When you contract a muscle against resistance, it compresses nearby blood vessels. When you release that contraction, those vessels fill with fresh blood. This alternating compression and release creates a pumping effect that can help clear stagnant blood and enhance overall circulation. Even more fascinating is the way strength training stimulates angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels. Your body adapts to the increased demand by creating more pathways for blood to reach your working muscles. Studies show that men who engage in regular strength training have higher capillary density in their muscles compared to sedentary men of the same age. You don't need heavy weights or a gym membership to get these benefits. Resistance bands, body weight exercises, or even lifting household objects like water bottles can be effective when done consistently. 3. Regular stretching or yoga, which helps prevent compression of blood vessels and promotes flow to areas that might otherwise receive less circulation. Many men skip stretching, viewing it as optional or less important. However, for circulatory health, regular stretching is absolutely essential, especially as we age. During a sustained stretch, you temporarily restrict blood flow to the area being stretched. When you release the stretch, fresh, oxygen-rich blood floods in, a process called reperfusion. Additionally, tight muscles can compress nearby blood vessels, restricting flow. Regular stretching helps maintain muscle length and pliability, preventing this compression. Focus particularly on the hip flexors, hamstrings, and calf muscles, which can significantly impact circulation to your lower extremities when tight. Next, let's talk about anti-inflammatory eating. Chronic inflammation is a major contributor to blood vessel damage and constriction. A Mediterranean-style diet has been repeatedly shown to improve circulation and cardiovascular health. Focus on omega-3 rich foods like fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, which help reduce inflammation and improve vessel elasticity. The mechanism behind omega-3 fatty acids' circulatory benefits is fascinating. These special fats actually incorporate themselves into the cell membranes of your blood vessels, making them more flexible and responsive. They also help reduce the production of compounds that promote inflammation and blood clotting. For men who don't enjoy fish, high-quality fish oil supplements can provide similar benefits, though whole food sources are generally preferable. Aim for at least 2 servings of fatty fish weekly. If you're using supplements, look for ones that specify the EPA and DHA content, the most beneficial forms of omega-3s, and aim for a combined total of around 1,000 millimolar daily. Colorful fruits and vegetables, which provide antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from oxidative damage. Beets deserve special mention as they're particularly rich in nitrates that convert to nitric oxide in your body. The vibrant colors in fruits and vegetables aren't just pleasing to the eye, they signal the presence of powerful plant compounds that protect your blood vessels. For example, the deep red color in beets comes from betalains, which have been shown to reduce inflammation and support healthy blood pressure. Regarding beets specifically, their circulatory benefits are so significant that they've been studied extensively in sports medicine. Just 1 cup of beet juice has been shown to lower blood pressure and improve endurance by enhancing blood flow efficiency. For men who don't enjoy the taste of beets, fermented beet products are available that provide the benefits with a milder flavor profile. Nuts and seeds, especially walnuts and flax seeds, which provide both healthy fats and micronutrients that support vascular health. Walnuts deserve special attention for circulatory health. Their unique combination of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3, L-arginine, a nitric oxide precursor, and antioxidants makes them particularly beneficial for blood vessel function. Research shows that eating just a handful of walnuts daily can improve blood vessel flexibility in as little as 4 weeks. Flax seeds contain lignans, special plant compounds that have been shown to help reduce arterial plaque formation. To get the most benefit, use ground flax seed rather than whole seeds, as the grinding process makes the beneficial compounds more bioavailable. Garlic and onions, which contain compounds that help prevent blood platelet aggregation, essentially keeping your blood flowing more freely. These pungent foods contain sulfur compounds that do more than just add flavor to your meals. They actively support circulatory health. Allicin in garlic and quercetin in onions help prevent blood platelets from sticking together unnecessarily, which keeps your blood flowing smoothly through your vessels. What's particularly interesting is that these benefits are most pronounced when garlic is crushed or chopped and allowed to sit for about 10 minutes before cooking. This allows the beneficial compounds to fully develop. For maximum benefit, incorporate at least 1 clove of garlic daily into your meals. Aged garlic supplements are also available for those who don't enjoy the taste or are concerned about garlic breath. Hydration deserves its own special mention. Your blood is roughly 50% water, and proper hydration is essential for maintaining optimal blood volume and flow. Many men over 60 don't drink enough water because they're concerned about increased urination or nighttime bathroom trips. However, proper hydration throughout the day, especially in the morning and early afternoon, is critical for healthy circulation. Consider incorporating specific circulatory-enhancing herbs and supplements if diet and exercise aren't providing sufficient improvements. Ginkgo biloba has been used for centuries to improve circulation, particularly cerebral blood flow. Research suggests it helps dilate blood vessels and make platelets less sticky. Ginkgo works through multiple mechanisms that collectively improve circulation. It contains flavonoids and terpenoids that act as antioxidants, protecting blood vessel walls from free radical damage. It also increases the production of nitric oxide, which helps blood vessels dilate. Additionally, ginkgo reduces the stickiness of blood platelets, helping to prevent unnecessary clumping that can impede blood flow. For men concerned about memory and cognitive function, ginkgo's ability to enhance cerebral circulation makes it particularly valuable. Several studies have shown that ginkgo may help improve memory and cognitive processing in older adults, likely due to its effects on brain circulation. The standard effective dose is typically 120–240 mg daily of a standardized extract. Look for products standardized to contain 24% flavone glycosides and 6% terpene lactones, which are the active compounds. Nattokinase, an enzyme derived from fermented soybeans, has been shown to help dissolve excess fibrin in blood vessels and improve flow. This fascinating enzyme offers a unique benefit for circulation. Unlike many supplements that work by dilating blood vessels, nattokinase actually helps break down fibrin, a protein that forms both necessary blood clots and potentially problematic clots and arterial plaque. By helping to dissolve excess fibrin, nattokinase may help keep blood vessels clear and promote healthy flow. In one study, participants who took nattokinase for 8 weeks showed significant improvement in blood flow and reduction in blood pressure compared to those taking a placebo. For men already taking blood-thinning medications, however, nattokinase should be avoided unless specifically approved by their healthcare provider due to potential interaction effects. Horse chestnut seed extract can be particularly helpful for venous circulation in the legs. Horse chestnut contains a compound called acin, which helps strengthen vein walls and reduce leakage of fluid into surrounding tissues. This makes it particularly valuable for men experiencing heaviness, swelling, or visible veins in their legs, all signs of venous insufficiency. Clinical studies have shown that horse chestnut seed extract can reduce leg swelling, pain, and that feeling of heaviness that often accompanies poor venous circulation. For best results, look for products standardized to contain 16–20% acin with a typical dose range of 250–600 mg daily. Magnesium is essential for proper blood vessel function and relaxation. Many men are deficient without realizing it. This mineral deserves special attention because modern diets are often severely lacking in magnesium, yet it plays a crucial role in over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, many of which affect your cardiovascular system. Magnesium helps regulate blood pressure by relaxing the smooth muscles in your blood vessel walls, allowing them to dilate properly. Signs of magnesium deficiency include muscle cramps, especially at night, irritability, and yes, poor circulation. The RDA for men over 60 is 420 milliliters, but studies suggest many men consume far less. Food sources include dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. If supplementing, magnesium glycinate tends to be better absorbed and gentler on the digestive system than other forms. CoQ10 levels naturally decline with age, yet this nutrient is critical for the cellular energy production needed for proper vascular function. By age 60, your natural CoQ10 production may be 50% lower than it was in your 20s. This decline is problematic because CoQ10 is essential for energy production in the mitochondria of your cells, particularly in energy-demanding tissues like your heart and blood vessels. Additionally, if you're taking statin medications to manage cholesterol, you should know that these drugs further deplete CoQ10 levels. Supplementation becomes even more important in this case. The typical therapeutic dose ranges from 100–200 milliliters daily, with the ubiquinol form generally showing better absorption in older adults compared to ubiquinone. Before adding any supplements, however, always consult with your healthcare provider, especially if you're taking medications like blood thinners, blood pressure drugs, or other prescription medications. Don't underestimate the power of stress management for improving circulation. When you're chronically stressed, your body releases hormones that constrict blood vessels and increase inflammation. Regular deep breathing exercises, meditation, or even simple mindfulness practices can trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps dilate blood vessels and improve flow. For those experiencing cold extremities specifically, contrast hydrotherapy can be remarkably effective. This involves alternating between warm and cool water on the affected areas, ending with warm, to create a pumping action in the blood vessels. Even a simple routine of ending your shower with 30 seconds of cooler water on your legs and feet, followed by a final minute of warm water, can stimulate circulation. Elevating your legs above heart level for 15–20 minutes daily can dramatically improve venous return from your lower extremities. This is particularly important if you spend a lot of time on your feet or seated. If you smoke, you've likely heard this before, but it bears repeating. Smoking is devastating to your circulatory system. The chemicals in tobacco directly damage blood vessel linings and promote plaque buildup. Quitting smoking at any age brings almost immediate circulatory benefits and is one of the most powerful steps you can take to improve blood flow. Similarly, moderating alcohol consumption is important. While some research suggests very moderate alcohol intake might have some circulatory benefits, anything beyond that can lead to inflammation and vessel constriction. Limit alcohol to no more than 1 drink daily for optimal circulatory health. Finally, don't discount the importance of quality sleep for circulation. During deep sleep phases, your body performs essential vascular maintenance and repair. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, and consider discussing sleep apnea screening with your doctor if you snore heavily or wake feeling unrefreshed, as sleep apnea significantly impacts cardiovascular health. Poor circulation isn't a death sentence. It's a wake-up call. The amazing thing about your circulatory system is its remarkable ability to improve with proper care, even after decades of neglect. Blood vessels can become more elastic, new capillaries can form, and flow can improve significantly with consistent attention to the strategies we've discussed. Remember, these changes don't require radical lifestyle overhauls. Small, consistent actions accumulated over time lead to significant improvements. Start with just one change this week, perhaps daily walking or incorporating more circulation-boosting foods, and build from there. The fact that you're still watching shows you care about your health and are willing to take action. That mindset alone puts you ahead of many men your age. You're not too old to make meaningful changes to your circulation and overall health. You're informed enough to start making better choices today. If you found value in this information, please click the Thanks button to support this channel and help us reach more men who need to hear this. Remember that taking control of your circulatory health isn't just about living longer, it's about maintaining your independence, energy, and enjoyment of life for all the years ahead. Your body has been trying to communicate with you through these early warning signs. Now that you know what they mean and what to do about them, you have the power to respond with wisdom and take action. Here's to your improved circulation and all the benefits it will bring to your life.